It's natural.
How can you do business with this guy?
I'm a businessman. First, foremost, I want no further conflict with him.
You tell him from me that he can live or he can die.
Vincent, will you shut up? That's it. Joey's awesome. We can't be doing this alone. Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in. Our true enemy has not yet shown his face.
Michael! Oh, Lord, I didn't realize I was that close. Mickey.
What?
We got to share it out because then I got locked out of my account again on Facebook. I'm telling you. I don't know how to do it on here. Hold on. Let me see if I can switch off.
Mm-hmm. But y'all be patient. She experimenting. I don't know what she doing. You know what Wyntis done doing right there. Let me get this up here. Hey, good evening, everybody. How you doing, Mr. Lyons, Mr. Brzezinski? What it do, Trevor? I'm waiting on her to come back on. She playing with her phone over there. Maybe if I call her up and tell her what she doing. Let me see. Hey, how you doing, Miss Rodriguez? Good evening to you too. Good evening, everybody. We waiting on the slowest host in America.
Am I back, Mickey?
I don't know.
Well, I couldn't use my iPad, to see everything. So I had to, because I'm locked out of my account again. I get locked out of Facebook every day, and I don't know the password for the life of me, so I have no idea how I'm going to get back in here.
Oh, wow.
So did you give me all of the access like I had the last time so I could see the comment?
Never did that again.
Come on, Mickey. Well, how I'm going to see what the people saying?
I'll put it. No, it should be up in there. How you doing, Bishop Flowers?
I can't see nothing.
Oh, wow. I don't know why I did that to you.
Yeah, I know why you did that to me, but I'm going to need you to put the comments on there because I can't see anything. Well, anyway, hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Wyntis Hall Show. Whew, I'm back. I had to, take a couple weeks off, had to get myself together, get my little health together, everything. I went to go get me a BBL. I'm just playing. I ain't had no BBL, but I'm here. I got on my dog mom hat today in case y'all hear Polo and Louie in the background. I'm gonna let y'all know that y'all need to hit that GoFundMe or the Cash App so y'all won't have to hear the dogs no more. Shouts out to A10 News Media Group and the greatest producers in the world, Mickey Jordan, who's also I'm not even going to call you no co-host because you just pop in and out when you want to because that's what producers do, I guess. That's what you do. So anyway, let's just dive right into it. I got all my little notes here and everything. The first thing I really want to talk about that's really on my mind is that bathroom remodel that they call the city council chambers. Now, I wasn't there yesterday. I seen the pictures of it just like everyone else did. Mickey seen it in real life. However, knowing a little bit that I do know about work, and my cousins are contractors, some of my friends do impeccable work. Kevin Tay, he does work, stuff like that. Listen, that was not $750,000 worth of work. Somebody owes somebody some change. All I seen was a little outdoor carpet, a big round receptionist desk. All you could see is the top of their little heads. Davina and the attorney look like they here to greet people sitting over there on the side. Did the carpet even come all the way out? Mickey, is the whole room filled with carpet?
Mm-hmm.
So you got half of a carpet job, and then they put in about 20 track lights. They didn't do anything with the ventilation system I'm hearing. They didn't do anything about the acoustics in the room. The IT people was running around, nothing worked. I said, Paul, he showed it today, like, oh well, you get it when you get it. And the chairs. They had the Montgomery, Alabama Lion Beater chairs. Those are the chairs that don't fold up. These are the bingo chairs, the classic chairs that they have at anybody's amusement park or riverboat. All I'm saying is that was a waste of your ARPA money. They claim, now see, I was saying $500,000. It was Councilwoman Burns that brought to my attention, no, darling, it's a little over $700,000, $750,000, somewhere around there. Somebody owe y'all some money. That's all I'm gonna say. Because Junebug and Tay Tay could have did that for about $50,000. It looks nice, but then you see the bricks up there. I don't know if those were the bricks, the old bricks from the street, or some of the new bricks that they should have used instead of what the bricks that they put down there. We're gonna talk about the bricks too, because I thought it was the whole street that they was gonna repair with the bricks, not just that one little cute little section. So the chambers was Oh, you like the intros? Thank you. Thank you. See, thank y'all for putting me up there. Yes, Trevor Jail. You know, I'm always in that. Hey, Melissa. I can't even see who's on the show because see, I got my iPad right here. I'm locked out of it. Can't even go through my comments. So I'm gonna talk a lot today because I got a lot to talk about. I always do. So anyway, I think the chambers, it looks pretty. It's very pretty. But hey, yes, baby, thank you for calling me the queen, guys. Hey, Jeff. So it looks pretty. Hey, everyone, everybody. I can't see everybody up there, but how all of y'all doing? Everybody, oh, flowers. I got people on here. They call me from California and Florida and Mississippi and New York. I sound like Days, don't I? Because see, the haters making me famous. As long as y'all keep spewing my name out there, I go on TikTok now, the people know who I am. So I promise I won't let you down. So I love you. Thank you to all my haters for keeping my name out there. And thank you to everyone else because, hey, I'm picking up. A girl is about to fly. So back to the chambers. They owe y'all some money. That was a piss poor job that they did. They could have saved that and put it towards someone's house repairs. Okay? Which we know that they're not going to do because we've been told multiple times that the money is already accounted for by the CFO. Wait a minute. That's another thing, the CFO. The CFO, Jane is gone, yo. Jane said 10-4, good buddy. And she went back to the trucking company. I'm not really sure where Jane went. I just said she went back to the trucking company because that's where she came from. But Jane, she did a really good come up. She was a little accounting person out there at the trucking company and went from there with no municipality experience to becoming the CFO, the Chief Financial Officer to the city of Flint. That's a hell of a jump if you ask me. So Jane, good luck to you in your next endeavor. Whoever the little man is that they got now, he was only on the job for what, 4 hours? And they sent him to a council meeting. we can pretty much take bets he won't make it 6 months. He won't make it. I think the average lifespan for a CFO is probably about 6 months around here. So yeah, that bothered me too. Just go ahead and give it to Clyde, like y'all give everything else to Clyde. Clyde will be the CFO, the CEO, the MEO, everything. That's just give it to Clyde. Just give it to Clyde because I feel sorry for Clyde. Clyde is just loyal to a default. Clyde is the type of person that if that city hall was on fire, he would run back in there to save Sheldon Neely. That's just how loyal Clyde is. You can't be mad at the man for being loyal because that's what you want around you. You want good, loyal people around you. Yes, Carmen, we already did say she wasn't gonna be there long. Jane told us she wasn't gonna be there long. She stood up and said when Councilwoman Burns said, Jane, she said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I need to address you properly." She said, CFO Jane. She said, I ain't gonna be here long. And Jane wasn't. Jane wasn't lying. Well, I knew when she said that, even if she didn't plan on being that long, when you get up there and do that to one Sheldon A. Sneely, you wasn't gonna be there long in the first place. Yes, Dr. Padroni, he should be loyal to the city too, but they kind of cross up. With Sheldon being the mayor, he think he is being loyal. And Clyde is very sweet. He's very, very sweet. He's just loyal to default. He's gonna go down with the Titanic, and Sneely is gonna jump off in a little craft and float away. So now that we got those introductions out of the way, it was a few people missing from the meeting last night. I noticed. Once I finally tuned in, I seen that I didn't see Attorney Kim there. I wonder if he's going to. Not for sure, but he's been missing. And yeah, he's loyal to that money. You ain't lying, James. I'll be loyal too to $150,000, baby. Hey, Mama. Good evening. So Attorney Kim wasn't there, and then we were missing Eva Worthing. Well, we know Eva wasn't coming because Liddell wasn't there. The super friends, the superheroes got to stay together. And so she didn't feel super without Liddell being there because they said Liddell was on vacation in the comments. According to word on the street, she may be, vacationing somewhere, maybe at her other home. Those of us who can't afford to have two homes. She said it, I didn't. We still stuck here in Flint. So I'm not hating on her because, if she has that luxury, she can claim to be a resident of Flint or, Michigan or Maryland. It's her choice depending on how she's feeling. Go ahead, girl. I ain't mad at you. And then so Eva was gone, Liddell was gone, and somebody else. Oh, Dennis the Menace. Dennis was missing too. We missed you, Dennis, because with that recall looming over Dennis's head, he's been acting real spectacular lately, but still their votes still the same. Candace, which we already knew, Candace she may switch up on him, but we just don't. When Candace, let me tell you about Candace, you just don't know when she gonna switch up on you. That's the scary part. She can be with you today and gone tomorrow, with you again and gone again. So we don't know about Candace yet. We just know right now she's with the Shady Bunch. I did see, however, they broke out in a song yesterday doing public speaking. And another person broke out in a damn cold sweat. Now, I'm not going to get off into it because I ain't the one to gossip and keep up no mess now, child. But they said Miss Beverly Biggs got up there yesterday and said some things about somebody that bears not to be repeated. Because I don't know nothing about it. I ain't going to put myself in it. But all I can say is she usually don't say nothing that she ain't got proof about. I'm going to leave it alone. I told Dr. Padroni this morning, when he asked me, was it true? I said, there's some history to it, but I ain't going to touch it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go rewind the tape. Paul got him up now. You can go watch the council meeting yourself. So, getting back to Liddell, she's had an eventful week. She does a lot. I think it should be a social media clause or something for the good people that are on the council, because they get on social media and they act real empowered. And then they get their super friends behind them that empowers them even more, and they get to sounding stupid. So we got this group that shall remain nameless because I will not give you my platform at any time. And on this group it says, no fake pages allowed. But then they got a fake page on there. And so the fake page said, all of these listed everything that it could have ever listed about my boss, Mr. Mickey Jordan. And what that didn't take me by surprise, because hell, they didn't put everybody's address, phone number, everything up there. But what took me by surprise was that you had a public elected official by the name of Liddell Lewis, once again, who had the nerve to not only like the post, she came back and said, yeah, that's him. That's him. So why would you even put yourself in that position? Now, remember, you can't get in the mud like everybody else, baby, because you're an elected official. You're a doctor. Ain't that what you tell us all the time? You're held at a higher standard. So to me, you calling out a regular, smegular citizen, that doesn't look too well, because it brings me back to some of Eric May's fans. And you remember when the man threatened Maurice Davis? Sometimes you got to be careful what you put on social media and who you support. Because now, if anything happens to anybody in that family, it's going to be on you. Because you should have stayed out of that. It looked like you were pointing him out like, yeah, that's him, go get him. You shouldn't do that as a public official. Oh, Mr. Padroni, we're going to get to that $50,000. Yes, we are. We might as well just jump right on into that right now. So it was a resolution that came up yesterday, and it was giving $50,000. No, was it $50,000? I think it was $50,000 to each ward that had a project. $10,000 to each ward, and then $50,000 to some wards if you had a project. And it was $50,000 that was going to Cyrus Park. It's $50,000 going to Latin X. That's in the 4th ward. And then Judy was getting another $50,000 on the top of that. Go back and read it, because sometimes I mix the things up, but I post the agendas on Flint Politics Reboot every meeting so you can read them for yourself. And I applaud you all, because a lot of you all are reading them now. And it was stipulations like Latinx get $50,000, and then Judy gonna get $50,000. So that's $100,000 over there in the 4th ward. But what about these other wards? Because I look at Ward 5, and it said that they was gonna get $50,000 too, but it was to tear down abandoned and burnt homes in Carriagetown. Well, I thought to myself, I said, self, now the councilman woman of the 5th ward is one of that Jerry Winfrey Carter. And I said, self, does she stay in Carriagetown? And self said, no, she don't stay in Carriagetown. So I said, well, self, I wondered, did they even ask her what she wanted to do? And then self said, they probably didn't. Now, you like me, I didn't see the whole meeting. I haven't had time to go back and view the whole thing. But I do know that I have a gut feeling. I need somebody to comment. Mickey, put it up there on the screen for me. I don't think that they asked them council people what they wanted to do. I think they just asked specific people. Hey, Kathy King, yes, girl, I'm back, girl, I'm back. I think they just asked specific council people what they wanted to do in their wards. Is that what happened? Did they pass that to council? Or did they take it back to finance? I'm sure they passed it to council. They passed everything. They have the votes. Listen, I posted a video yesterday, said Jaden had a quarter and Jaden had $1. How much money does Jaden have? And the little boy said, Jaden broke. Let's replace that with Arpa and Flint. Arpa used to have 94 million. Now Arpa don't have that much more million. How much money does Flint have now? Flint broke. Judy said it herself. The money was not sent to you. It was sent to us, to the government. That's our money. Well, I guess so. And Carriagetown is historically protected. You can't just go in and demo a house. You right? You are right, Mr. Joseph Shapani. So I'm wondering, I don't think that she had a say on that. So I look at all of that and I ask myself again, how come it's no help for the citizens with their ARPA money? Dr. Padroni took time out yesterday on Flint Politics to write a very good statement, and he also posted a map with it, and he was talking about the money that comes, the ARPA money historically, well, not historically, the ARPA money came because it was a crisis, right? COVID, it came to help out cities, but not all areas of the city, just the impoverished parts. And it seemed like to me, those are the parts that are getting left out. Let's just say left out. The people that are getting the ARPA money, Habitat, I think, I'm not for sure, I seen something where G-Card got some money. It's a waiting list already. If you don't believe me, call these places yourself that are receiving your ARPA funds. Now, will they just skip everybody on the waiting list and go to the residents of Flint, or do they only serve the residents of Flint? Or, will they even get to you? Because it may be some people that waited to see where the money was going to go and then apply to that certain nonprofit. Well, if they already have a waiting list, you won't get anything, will you? But then they keep hollering, well, it's plenty other government programs out there that you can apply for. Mr. this, Mr. that, and Mr. this, and 211 that, and Catholic Charities that, and this one and that and that. Why should you jump through hoops for your own ARPA funds? It makes no sense to me at all. But does anything ever make sense in Flint? No, it doesn't. So I just think that you have to watch things. You have to watch people. Not only what they say, but how they vote. And I heard Quincy Murphy last night say, I don't think this is right, but I'm going to go ahead and pass it through. What if you don't think it's right? Stand on it. Stand on it. Because there's too many people out here that's claiming to keep it 100 and they're not. Me, I put my name on it. Others, they claim they keep it real all the time. And then they block you on Facebook, but they got 16 other fake pages to go along with it. Just like when the bust up at 810 came, certain fake pages went away. John Malley, Maley, Malley, and Manley, that was a fake page. Gloria Campbell, that's a fake page. Taylor Williams, that's a fake page. Lexi Alexa, that's a fake page. J.L. Patrick, that's a fake page. Go look them all up. You'll see the common denominators in all of them. I ain't got to tell you, y'all smart people. Quit claiming to keep it real, but you fake on the backside. Either you're going to keep it real or you're going to be a fence rider. We got too many fence riders in Flint. That's why we can't get anywhere. We got too many people blocking the progress. Y'all need to take all of the old recycled politicians and just dump them in a pot and roll the pot down the street. We need fresh minds, fresh ideas, or we will never, ever progress with the same mindset that we have now. Because I don't see it happening in the near future. We need to start grooming and working people now, but it's a shame because The older people that do have the knowledge, they're too damn selfish. They don't want to give it to you. They don't want to teach you. They want to hold on to everything they got and then they die with it. And then it's just stuck and we get stuck with people like Liddell Lewis and Allie Herkenbotter and those type of people. So you can't just keep all your knowledge to yourself. You have to if you say, oh, I want better for my city, then you got to show it. 10 miles. Okay. Yeah. The fan pages. Yeah, fan pages. Then you have to show it. Okay. Well, anyway, let me get back to my notes. But yeah, I want to touch about them fake pages. You go back, you can see the similarities in all those fake pages. Let me see what else I want to talk about. Council on social media. We talked about that. We talked about Liddell being on vacation. Okay. Oh, this is something else I want to touch on, while we're keeping it real in the city of Flint. So, A10, we have been getting overwhelmed with places. And we thank everyone, who you are. We dare not name a place where we're going to go because it'll be a trap set for that, like it was at the Oak Business Center. Now, I know I'm not a resident of Flint, but we did have a resident to try to go down there and get a place. They were told no. They got space available, but they were told no. They said, oh, you do that Wyntis Hall show. Little old me? Oh, you're 810. Oh, we don't get into politics. Well, damn, don't you got Black Lives Matter down there? Don't you got DeJuan Robinson down there? Ain't he done ran for state rep and everything else? Ain't that political? But y'all didn't want little old 810 down there in little old Oak Business Center. That's okay, but I'm going to put you on blast because that was discriminatory. How come we couldn't have been accepted like everybody else? And then we were told, well, the mayor makes the final decision. So guess what we did? We went to the mayor's office. Did we see him? So I just wanted to let you know, they're not fair at the Oak Business Center. How dare you? But that's okay because we're coming back stronger. We don't want to be anywhere that you don't want us to be. But I was going to let the rest of the people know how 810 was treated at the Oak Business Center. They turned us down because of the Wyntis Hall show, and we're political. That's okay. We're going to make it. Now, when we talk about all of that, and they said the final decision comes down to the mayor, we need a mayor for they talk about, okay, well, the recall for Sheldon Neely is coming up in November. Is it? Well, if it is, I hope that your next mayor that you all decide to pick, I won't be endorsing anybody. If they want to interview, I interview them. If they don't, I don't care. You need to pick a mayor, and we need a mayor that's going to be a mayor to all of the people, whether they know you voted for them or whether they know that you didn't vote for them. It's too much selfishness in City Hall. How can the city ever move forward when you just letting half of the people progress and you still keeping the poor people back? That's not right. That's not right at all. The council chamber should be packed every week. And I'm not saying that it's going to demand, yes, I am. You should be having your own money. Right. Rather a mayor for Ashley Capital and other business clients. Quit breaking bread with everybody. But is it a politician amongst us that isn't bought off? Is it a politician amongst us that doesn't lie and mistreat people? Is it a politician amongst us that's good enough to be mayor that's going to be fair to all the people? Stop me when you can name somebody. Is it any amongst us? It's a shame. And I will say it until I get tired of saying it. Because I agree with Dennis. All Black city, majority Black council, Black mayor, and nothing for the north side of Flint. Nothing. Even though I did see Dr. Pastor Threlkel said that the North End Food Reinvestment Corporation, whatever, that grocery store is supposed to be opening October the 1st, Tony. So we're going to go get us some groceries over there while it's open. And you know what? And I don't want to be negative all the time, but I hope that the grocery store makes it. But when you got a grocery store opening, you got all the Rite Aids closing. So it's like, and look at the map on where the Rite Aids are closing. It's not on the best side of town. Flushing and Ballinger, Dord Highway. And I know that, we probably couldn't do anything about it as citizens, but look like, we're giving everybody else a break. Maybe the mayor could have brought Rite Aid in and hey, we got a lot of sick people in Flint, especially with the water going bad. And I've never seen as many people with cancer before in my life. A lot of women with women issues going on. I've never seen anything like this. And shouts out to Arthur Woodson, who's the cancer cluster study is supposed to be coming up. Because it's no coincidence to me, on one block, right across the street from each other, you had two men that had multiple myeloma. That's not a coincidence to me. Tony says, if that grocery store opens, I promise I'm putting in an application. Well, you know what? Let's get ready because it says October the 1st. People are not treated the same. No, people are not treated the same. And I posted every time I can think about it what Tupac said, trust nobody. Trust nobody. In politics, that's how you got to think. Because one minute you think that they with you and you with them, and then the next minute, they gone. And when they have no more use for you, they will recruit other people to come against you. I've seen it happen all the time. And that's okay. Okay, back to my notes. Recalls. I think the time is up for them to have the signatures in for Ward 2 for Liddell Lewis. And from what I'm hearing, they got the signatures. And then they're going to start on the 9th ward or whatever ward that's next. And I applaud the people for using their voice for recalls. But at the same time, I think that whoever's going to be running for these positions, it shouldn't be a secret. They should be out here. They should be getting their name out here because let me tell you one thing. If those recalls don't go through, or if they do go through, and them same people get back in, y'all ain't seen shit yet. You talking about people on overdrive. You talking about a cluster of super friends. If you go to recall somebody and they still get back in, oh ho ho, ooh la la. It's going to be hell to pay the captain. Just like for mayor. Y'all plan on recalling Neely in what's that, November? You better have a damn good candidate. Because if he get back in, which does historically, except for that one time, historically, the residents of the city of Flint don't vote in favor of the recalls. But we'll see. And I know it's a lot of stuff going on, but hell, it's been a lot of stuff going on, and he still got in. And if you're going to have Gloria still counting validating the signatures, you might as well stop now. Because hell, she didn't sign off for 6 absentee barrel buckets, and the election still got certified. Race will always matter until everyone has equal access, opportunity, and a quality of life. Until that happens, we have a lot of work to do to make it a reality. You're not lying. You're not lying, Joe. And it's sad because growing up in Flint, I never experienced racism and discrimination until I got over the age of 40. No lie. Never. And I'll be 47 in a couple weeks. Never experienced racism. I never looked at it the way I'm looking at it now. And I think it's sad. I think it's sad because racism is a learned behavior. Because when kids, you can put two kids in a room and they won't know the difference between white or black until they are taught their colors. So it's a learned behavior. And you really gotta, I think people have to, we need to be quick, not so quick to respond to everything and fall back some and just let stuff play out. That's the message that I've been getting from my spiritual leader. Because it's a lot of things that I want to say, but I got to be still for a minute because things will play out by themselves. It was a video that we posted on A10 earlier this week. You can't always respond to folly. What is folly? That's bullshit. Fake pages, can't respond to them. People want attention, can't respond to them. You will see people, especially this one lady, I put her initials out there, BB, jumping from person to person to person, the person to person to person, just to get notoriety. Ain't nobody seen her yet. You got other podcasters, and let me tell you, because you know who you are. You keep calling us 810 media whores, 810 bitches. Listen, I don't know who's feeding you what, but you're not a figment of our imagination at any point in time. The only reason why I'm bringing you up now is because I want you to know that, so maybe you could find something else constructive to do. A10 is worried about A10. We got bigger fish to fry than little local people who just keep trying to just bring us down in the gutter. So that I am going to respond to. Hello, everyone. I see y'all still popping in. But another thing I want to bring up, 911 is a joke. I witnessed for my own self, I seen a man climbing up on the top of the building. I was at Double I, Double N, and in front is that where I think it used to be the Fisher Body Administration Building. And it's a shame how it's a historical landmark outside of that, and it's a shame how that Flint has just let that building just go to waste. The windows are broken out. They starting to spray paint up on the top, and there was a guy actually climbing up there with his backpack and spray paint, about to paint away. And I called 911 like, these buildings are old. You could fall through the roof. You could be dead in there for months before somebody finds you. When you call 911, guess what they told me? You've reached 911. Please stay on the line. Your call will be connected shortly. Really? That's what we're doing now, 911? You're the next caller in line. Please don't hang up. And then they ask you some of the stupidest questions. Well, what color shirt did he have on? I don't know. Well, what did he look like? A man. Well, what color was the backpack? I don't know. Ain't that your job? Hell, if y'all gonna ask me all of this, I could have went up there and got him and told him to come down my damn self. And then the police still didn't show up to 30, 45 minutes later. Flint police at that. But they got some beautiful new three-wheelers and bikes and golf carts and everything else that you've seen. They'll show up down there at the Golden Leaf within 5 minutes, but they won't show up for a man walking on the top of the old Fisher Body building for an hour. But that's the service that y'all pay for. Y'all pay for that service. The Flint residents of the city of Flint. It's sad. It's sad to me how the whole city is structured. It's sad that I seen on the agenda last night that they wanted to give money to the shelter of Flint when I had people actually in my inbox telling me that they treating us wrong over here. They making 50 to 60 people use one bathroom. And Councilwoman Jerry Winfrey Carter, shouts out to you again because she went over there and she talked to the people and it wasn't a lie. Now I don't know what happened to it because she was waiting for I didn't get an update from her. I haven't talked to her. She was waiting for the director to call her back to the shelter of Flint. But these are the people that we giving the ARPA money to that's already mistreating the people. What you think they're gonna just turn around and do something good? When is Flint ever gonna put Flint first? You know, we don't care. We don't have any good work ethic. They get potholes as deep as my arm. They just throw the asphalt off the back of the truck and just let the cars just roll over it and flatten it down. No smoothing, no roller, nothing. Oh, they do it on some part of town, but not on the north end. The intersection of 5th Avenue and MLK, you ought to be ashamed of it. I think that little corridor right there is the gateway to the city. Because you're coming in, you're going like downtown, U of M, forget university. We're talking about 5th Avenue. That's taking you to your hospitals everywhere. And that intersection, you damn near gonna kill yourself. If you swerve to the left, you're going in a bigger pothole. If you swerve to the right, you're gonna hit one of them people standing out there with the signs. If you stay driving straight, you're gonna tear up your car. And I think it is true when they say they pull you over in Flint for swerving. No, they pull you over in Flint if you're driving straight because you got to be drunk if you're not swerving them potholes. And they big potholes, they big craters. But that leads me back to the leadership of the city of Flint, to our Flint leaders, people who call themselves leaders. There's enough news in Flint for 1,000 people to have a podcast and tell your own story. You're not lying, mama. That's why, you know what I'm saying? They tried to pit me against Tanya Burns. Oh, well, Tanya got a lot of views. She should. She's a damn councilwoman. She should have more views than me. I'm not going to down the black sister. I'm not going to down her if she was white. She should have more views. She's a councilwoman. I applaud her. Because the people that I can reach, she can't reach. And the people that she can reach, I can't reach. But if the message is the same, if we all trying to deliver what we claim we trying to deliver the same message, then we all should be together. But you can see now, it's not always about delivering the message. It's about delivering my message. But I don't care about others' agendas. I'm here to tell the truth, to keep it real as I can, not sell my soul to the devil. Mickey said we would only sell out for $10 million. So I'm going to put that out there. But we're not selling out. That's not how ATN rolls. Hey, Councilwoman Jerry Winfrey Carter, good to see you on here. And I appreciate you for standing up on council. You know, you got Jerry Winfrey Carter, you got Councilwoman Tanya Burns, you got Councilman Mays. Love them or hate them. They're the only three that actually ask the good questions. And Flint does need people that's working for the community. Stay true to your talk. I'll try to do it the best that I can. Because if I'm not true to myself, I can't be true to you. Doesn't even make sense? I'm not doing what I do for likes and views because I don't have to do this. It's so much more that I could be doing with my life right now. But there's something in me that keeps telling me, you got to help your people. You got to help your people. And when I say my people, I'm not just talking about black people. I'm talking about the least of them. Because those are the people that's getting stepped over and looked over all the time. If you do right, I'm going to call you out for doing right. So Quincy Murphy, Councilman Murphy. He brings up every time about giving that ARPA money to them organizations. And you gotta qualify. You gotta put in an application and qualify for your own money. Oh, what's your cut of 10 million, Trevor? We'll give you $5. But you gotta qualify for your own ARPA money. And when you have Councilwoman Worthing on there talking about there's no redlining in Flint or whatever that flighty heifer was talking about, Councilwoman Burns was trying to educate her that it is redlining. Oh, she didn't want to hear her because she wasn't part of the Super Friends. But since Councilman Murphy got on there and said, look, I'm the councilman of the 3rd Ward. The house insurance in Flint, if you can get it over here on my side of town, he said it's worth more than the house itself. And one of the qualifications is you have to have homeowners insurance. So how in the hell am I going to get homeowners insurance when I don't qualify? And then they dishing out the money like it's a credit line. Oh, you'll get if your homeowner's insurance is $5,000, we'll take it off the $15,000 that we're gonna give. No, you don't want you to take it off of shit. Because if I had homeowners insurance, if I wanted it, I would have it. Give me my $15,000 or whatever you're gonna give me to fix my roof and let it be. I don't need you piecemealing me my money. But that's how selfish that the government is. You can see that by the chambers. Now you looking at that little Home Depot bathroom renovation that Uncle Junebug and Cousin Jamar could have did for $25,000, and they telling you that was almost $1 million worth of work in that council chambers. How? Where? You got enough room to bring your own chair in the back, and you still can't hear in the front. The acoustics is still crazy. I just say, Flint, we got to do better. We have to do better. And as long as we stick together and keep exposing the wrongdoing, the light is going to shine. It's going to shine on Flint. It has to. Because at this point, I don't know what else to tell you. I don't. I can report the news, but I felt like today I just wanted to talk to you. Like I'm touching on some of the things that has happened, but today it's just like I feel like I just wanted to talk to the people, because it's so much corruption, untruth that's brewing around us in our city. People that you think are good, they're not any good for the city of Flint. And I'm not talking about anyone in specifically any one person. I'm talking about politicians as a whole. They're politicians, and you wonder why. And again, I'm not endorsing anybody, but you wonder why Donald Trump won. People tired of the same political lies of what they gonna do when they get in. And they do it, but they only do it for their friends. We need leadership that's gonna always look out for the whole city. We don't need Petty Betty and Slimy Sam. We need a mayor that's going to bring the city together, because this city is divided right down the middle, and it's not black and white, it's rich and poor. They keeping the poor oppressed, because as long as you can keep poor people around, you keep getting that government assistance in. You got to basically just have a 501c3 in Flint if you want to get any money. And then that's not fair either, because it's always the same people getting the same thing. And if you didn't know, Councilwoman Burns has been asking for weeks, Clyde, how much did the ARPA committee, that illegal ARPA committee, those members been getting paid? Or he didn't know, and I'm going to find out, and I didn't know it was getting paid, and where did it say it at? On the city page, Clyde. That's where it said it at. Oh, Councilwoman Burns, you're right. There are some good elected officials. You, Jerry Winfrey Carter, Councilman May. Okay, I'm almost to 5. I'm just gonna keep it real. But Councilwoman Burns said, how much they getting paid? How much they getting paid? How much they getting paid? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Hell, he even blamed it on Lottie. Lottie know. Well, call and ask her, Clyde. But Councilwoman Burns told us last night that them people got $500. And I hope it was just $500 for the whole stint, because if you telling me they got $500 a meeting, Michael Clack, I said I was almost to 5. I can include you in the number 4. I ain't got the 5 yet. But what I'm saying is, them same people getting money, it didn't come out the Arpa funds, but how come the council people couldn't pick from their own wards who they wanted to put on that Arpa committee? We don't know nothing. They don't even know how those people got selected, the nonprofits got selected. Some of them do. The ad hoc committee, who won't talk to the rest of the council. The ad hoc committee, which consists of Liddell Lewis and Judy Priestley, they dismantled everything else that Councilman Mays did when he was president, but that ad hoc committee, they sure kept them 2 on there. And the administration is just running wild with that money. Now, Councilwoman Burns and I know why. Arthur Woodson and I know why. Because Steele is too cheap to pay you off. So he paying off people through that Arpa money. See, what you see now is people getting paid with Arpa money. These are campaign favors. Oh, I know. Been there, seen it, sat by. I know how it works. It's a pay to play here in the city of Flint. And until you get somebody in office that's unbought, it's always going to be pay to play. I reported MLK and Fifth Avenue intersection, the big pothole in front of Taco Bell on Ballinger Highway and Corona Road yesterday. And that's all you're going to do is report it. They need to condemn Corona Road from Court Street till Corona Road. It's just messed up. Do we have an update on the status of Burns and May's lawsuit, the city for Neely's secret Arpa committee? I hope the Councilwoman Burns gives an update for us this Saturday on her show. But I haven't heard anything about that. It seems like we should have heard something, by now, at least a hearing date or something. Because it's spelled out in the charter. But you got people that pick and choose when they want to use the charter and who they want to use it with. Waiting on a court date from the courts. Thank you, Councilwoman Burns. Thank you for watching always. I support your show. Speaking of can be bought, what is the deal with the Ethics and Accountability Board? Philip, boy, boo and bye. You better go on and get off of here. You know there ain't no ethics and accountability. Where at? Where? Where is the ethics and accountability? If they had ethics and accountability, then that would have happened when he lied about that degree and said that a staffer did it. It would have happened during the garbage contracts. It would have happened with Liddell on Facebook. It would have happened with her saying that she lived in Flint, signing that petition 12 months before saying that she was a resident of Flint 12 months and she wasn't. It is no ethics and accountability in the city of Flint. Hell, the ombudsman that you got was a damn clerk for the real ombudsman. The ombudsman left, they put her up, left her in there for over 90 days, and she just became the ombudsman. Something Little or something is her name. She hasn't reported anything back to the council, and they just keep having meetings going round and around and around and around about nothing. This city is lawless. Lawless. And you can't keep blaming it on, it's ran by a few rich white people. Okay. But guess what? They couldn't run it if we wouldn't keep letting us buy them out. Buy us out. That's what I'm saying. We keep selling ourselves and then we complaining when they take over. Hell, they doing what they taught to do. Wave a little money, wave a little carrot in the face. Oh, we grab it. Wave a little lawnmower, we grab it. Wave some little Halloween candy, we grab it. So they got you. They got you. If I have to sit here in this living room, if we don't find a place for 20 years, if I have to sit here and do this, I will do it because you will not buy me. You will not intimidate me. You will not silence me. I'm going to speak on what I want to speak on when I want to speak on it. The minute you don't see me do this, it's the minute you know I got my $10 million, y'all. But for real, we got to do better. We got to do better as a city, as one, as a people. We don't care about each other. It's either my side or your side. And then we got the fence riders who I think is more dangerous than anybody. You know, and I'm not saying that you need to pick a side because it shouldn't be a side that you have to pick. That's why I like the name of that group, right versus wrong. Them the only two sides it should be, right or wrong. Now, am I lying? I don't think I am. It shouldn't be this one or that one. My message versus your message. My show versus your show. Why? As long as they keep everybody arguing, guess what? They steady spending the money. They steady spending the money. And we still sitting here talking about little stuff. But they steady spending the money. That's why I try to put as much information as I can out there for you. Read it yourself. Go to the meetings. I'm so glad with some of the people that I've seen evolve over the years from Flint Politics Reboot. They then came off the keyboard and they go to the meetings now. They keep up with stuff. They listening. They paying attention. And that's the only way that we're going to be able to take our city back is if we pay attention. It's nowhere in the world that a cone would have been sitting in the middle of Telegraph in Farmington Hills for 3-4 years. But if you go up there on Susan and Pasadena Street, them cones been sitting there so long until there's grass and weeds growing out of the middle of the damn concrete. It wouldn't happen down there. But that's how they treat us on the north side of Flint. But I'm not going to say it's just on the north side. Go to the east side. What's left of it? Yeah, you heard me right. What's left of it? And another thing that Councilman Murphy said, he said, hell, I only been in here for what, almost a year? A little over a year? Y'all done had plenty of more council people before him, and he went, that was the truth he told that day. These wards look horrible. Flint needs to organize like in the 60s and 70s and stop being sheep and participate in voting and fighting instead of hating and hanging in Rite Aid parking lot pimping. You're right. You're right. But that's why we can't, and I'm still going to call myself young, and we still have younger people than me. That's why we can't get them involved because they see us doing so much fighting and so much wrong. They see aunties and uncles that's in politics get selling out.
Hold up. You woke me up. I was asleep.
Well, I'm glad I woke up somebody.
You woke me up and I thought about something in the Bible.
Oh, Lord. Reverend Mickey. Come on.
Yes. The preaching just came out of me.
All right.
Because you said something right. Just think about when Moses, when he went up to when they was taking the children to the promised land. Remember, he said he killed off the elders.
Yeah. They walked for what, 40 years?
Walked until they was gone. And that's what I feel like some of the elders we got.
And Moses couldn't even go over there. Moses had to stay on the other side of the pole.
No, that's because they stressed Moses out.
No, I don't think Moses he didn't have a passport. He couldn't go over there to the pole.
Well, no, you got to go back and read, sister. That stressed Moses out. Remember, Moses hit that rock and what God told him was to give him. But these were some of the hard. They couldn't let go of Pharaoh way. That's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm looking at now.
But don't you see the biblical times like repeating? I remember seeing that it says something about a all red calf was born the other day in over there in Israel, Jerusalem, somewhere like that. And they said when that come, then the temple was going to be built, and they talking about rebuilding one of the temples over there. I do believe we living in our last days. For those who do believe,
No, to me, I just find it hard that these Bible thumpers. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
absolutely.
They stresses me out. I'm being honest with you, and I'm not being funny enough because I'm
I
calling out
understand.
these Christians.
Hmm.
You know,
Well,
I get
you don't have to because everybody's going to church ain't going to heaven, baby,
yeah.
and everybody in heaven ain't went to church.
See, this what stresses me out with them. They see the wrong that's going on,
Hmm.
but they still let these politicians come in.
Yeah.
You know, I'm talking about from the president election to the governor election to
Hmm.
the mayor election, the senator election, the state rep, even down to the dog catcher election.
Hmm.
They let these come in the church. They had the people so geeked up. We're going to do this and this for this one. You got to get behind this man. Not that it's really helping the people. It's helping the reverend.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's helping the ones that they. That's what I'm saying. I get so I'm so sick of these, and I'm not saying all of them, but the ones that you can see. If you locking hip with these politicians, man, I find it hard. It make it hard for me to believe that these are people of God. I'm
Right.
just saying. I'm just saying in general. Don't. I'm just saying it make it hard for me to believe because when you see what this mayor has done, and you still like it's from the lion. And you still can allow him to come in your church? Come on.
Right.
I mean, I'm just saying, come on.
Well, see, I I believe they do that because a lot of the older people still believe they still go to church. People our age, we can catch church online or we can go or just don't go at all. And that's the reason. That's the reason right there because like I was saying, they see the wrongdoing when you see like Mickey was having this conversation with me earlier. Like he was like Jesus wasn't always preaching. He was out there in the streets. And I thought about it and I'm like, you know what he was? He was out there in the streets. And I remember Pastor Jannar when he went to the club one time. And he wasn't in there drinking and partying, having a good time. It was like, well, how you doing? What you need to talk about? What's wrong with you? Sometimes people just want somebody to talk to. Yep, yep. These Flint Creflo Dollar Yep, there you go. Now Mickey got all his whole congregation on here now. But that's true. But it's not only Neely. I can't just put it all on Neely. You got corruptness all around us. And people will sell their souls for a few dollars. And so why would any young person in their right mind grow up and say, "Oh, I want to be a leader of Flint"? For what? For what?
To get a check.
And move on.
That's what it is. I mean, if you see it, it's about getting the money. Listen, this is my thing. I'm not tripping on that. My thing was this: I wouldn't care what you was getting as long as the people, the
Right.
services was being met. Like if Flint was looking like, say, it was the number 3 city in the state of Michigan, fires looking good. I don't care what the mayor was making. I don't care how much candy and bribes that the council, well, the lawnmower and the candy and stuff. I wouldn't be tripping, but long as the needs of the people were being met. I don't care what you're doing because it's saying you deserve your pay. Pay
Right.
like you weigh. Or
Right.
how you getting piss post services and you expecting to get $100,000 a year jobs?
It's unbelievable. And we believe all the lies and we expect the people to be foolish. Just like Ashley Capital, they over there building buildings galore. Ain't got a tenant for one of them. But it said, oh, they're gonna bring thousands of jobs. To who? Hell, that could be a damn check and go over there. That could be a pizza place. We don't know what it's gonna be. They don't even know what it's gonna be. I wouldn't want to work over there in that contaminated ass land. But they want us to believe these lies. They repeat it so much to themselves until they want us to believe it. And that's what makes me so frustrated. Like, where are our elders at? Where's the generation before us? Flint 2023 feels like the stories that I used to hear about Selma, Alabama back in the 60s. Colored people versus white people. The rich versus the poor. The elders around here are so damn selfish, they want to die with their knowledge. And then the knowledge that they got, they only want to give it to you if they can halfway try to control you.
You ain't lying.
So you need, get out the damn way. Go sit y'all asses down and let these new people, these young people come in and try to do something to help the city. Ain't y'all done fleeced the community enough? Haven't y'all done enough damage? It's just crazy to me. I shouldn't be out here fighting for rights of people that's older than me, trying to help a generation that's younger than me. We shouldn't have to fight this fight week after week after week. What the hell did y'all do before us? We cleaning up the mess that y'all made and still making. Where are the organizations at that's supposed to help people?
Well,
We don't never see them until the bright lights and big cameras come on. It's time out for having fun and getting paid off and getting $25. I'm just tired, Mickey. I'm tired because it just seems like nobody is paying attention. People see what's going on, but then they don't want to say nothing about it. Oh, yeah, I know they wrong, but you know what can we do? Say something. Tell their asses that they doing wrong. That's the problem with them now. They don't think they doing wrong because ain't nobody telling them they doing wrong.
You ain't lying.
I don't have no problem with telling you you're doing wrong. I don't want a bunch of yes people around me. If my hair is messed up, damn it, tell me it's messed up. Don't just say, oh, you look very pretty, knowing that I look messed up. But I still stand on, I shouldn't be fighting the last generation's fight. How many generations gonna have to continue to fight for rights for people in Flint, Michigan? 9 years in a water crisis. And what we do every year, we have a damn celebration behind it.
Ain't that something? You
Yeah.
celebrating being poisoned.
Yeah. We have music playing and speakers and bands and stuff. That's what we do. We shouldn't have another Black Lives Matter celebration of 4th of July fireworks because we ain't free nothing in Flint until we get that water fixed. You got people still breaking out with rashes, hair falling out, and everything else. And how many mayors we done had since then? How many council people we done had since then? How many governors we done had since then? But they all come here to get our vote. They come to each and every one of our houses every time election season come around and promise you what they asses is going to do, and they don't do nothing. Nothing. Hold your leadership accountable.
You ain't lying, because I ain't seen none of these people that's trying to take it to the United Nations, man, about the water crisis here. Because if you can't get it here, go take it other places. I'm sick of these pastors. Because come election time, you're gonna see them loading their church up with all these people. Watch.
Yeah, oh yeah, they gonna fill up the pews. They gonna fill up the pews, all of them, and it ain't just one of them. It's all of them. Every election you got,
You finna see
They're
them.
gonna
They
be in the
finna have
church.
them in their church. Oh, this church is finna be rocking
Uh-huh.
with politicians.
Right. But who said it best? Tupac. They got money for war, but they ain't got money to feed the poor.
Mm-mm.
They sending billions of dollars over to Ukraine. They sending billions of dollars everywhere else. But right here in Flint, we still gotta go buy bottled water.
And it seems like our elected officials, I ain't gonna say, let me just say this, not the ones who fighting, but it seems like the majority is not fighting hard enough for the city of Flint. I'm just telling you.
No, they're not. And then the ones that are fighting so hard, at some point, they gonna lose hope too.
So it is. You're gonna get tired.
You heard Councilman May say it last night. You heard Councilwoman Byrne. They don't have the votes. They know they don't have the votes. But I want to encourage y'all, keep fighting for us.
Yeah,
Because y'all all we got down there.
you ain't lying.
Don't give up. Councilwoman Winfrey Carter, don't give up. Y'all all we got. These other people that's trying to put on a good show right now is because they scared of them recalls. But let me tell you something, and mark my words, screenshot it and record it and play it back. When they get done with the rest of the shady bunch down there, they gonna show them that they still black. Because when they done with you and they don't need you no more, boop, boop. Watch what I tell you. Yep, you're right, Derek. They don't turn out, but they always want the handout. You exactly right.
You ain't lying. Because I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna be honest with this whole situation. I blame a lot of people for getting Liddell in and Neely in.
Mm-hmm.
But what can I say? Because I remember what you did say when you said be careful with Kate Fields.
Mm-hmm. I said it.
Fucked
I
around,
said
let
it.
the devil in, and you
I
think y'all. Because my thing is, they think this gonna be easy getting him out.
No,
They
it's
thought
not
it
gonna
was gonna be easy getting Neely out. This was the sad thing. It was really sad. But what you got was, and because I've been looking at some of Philip's comments, it was a lot of emotions. Because sometimes people do get in positions of power, they get beyond themselves.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You do things wrong. I'm just gonna be honest. Everything one did right, but then
Right.
when you got this one in, see when you replace when they flip the council. See, I remember Liddell coming in.
Me too. Me too.
You know what I'm saying? I remember a lot of them. I remember Ali Hokenroder coming in.
Me too. And you remember me coming down to the
Hey,
old business
hey,
center.
look, Miss Thompson, I'm gonna get right at you. I ain't forgot she inbox, but I ain't gonna put it on. We're gonna talk to you. I'm gonna hit you off air. Probably have one to get at you, but I got you.
And you remember when I came down there to the old business center, like you said, I told y'all, it wasn't about the people that I like, but I seen it too many times in politics. You didn't like Kate Fields, but I told you, you know what you got,
Yeah, but when you
but you
flip
don't know what you're gonna get.
the way they flipped it, nah, don't get me wrong, Maurice. I get it when because I get one of certain people when they say they like when Maurice for the Trump thing. Let me just give y'all some facts with this.
Mm-hmm.
And I voted. Don't get me wrong, I voted, but I understand how this thing is set up. I'm not crazy enough to think that a Republican and a Democrat, them two sides, just the left and right wing of a bird. Because this thing called American democracy is rolling how it's got to roll. It got to be some poor for the top to survive.
Right, right. The
So
top 1%.
what he got, and that's my thing, what Maurice got canceled for, I think it was cold-blooded.
He got canceled because he was no longer playing the tune that they wanted to dance to.
And that's my thing. He got canceled, but you got people that, how could Neely even be ever become the mayor when he voted for the water switch? I'm just saying, even like, hey, listen, I'm not gonna even.
I know, because I was one of the ones right
Listen.
there knocking down the walls to get him in.
Yeah, I know that's why you know. But I'm just
Okay.
being honest. I ain't trying to throw no shade. I'm just being honest.
No, I get it. I get it. You know, I own when I do something wrong. I own it.
Yeah, I'm just saying, because we all got to take you know, when we taking accountability. Like, believe me, I done took some hits when I've been back at physical therapy. I took some hits the last 2 weeks with a whole bunch. I told you so.
Right.
But I get it. Like I said, ain't nothing. I still go there and I stand on mine.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But when you to take a hit that he took and look what you got, he was fighting for people in that second war. Not just for one part, he was fighting for the second war. And he was coming out giving the truth. But these the same people, they wanted to tune in to see when he brought his show back. And I'm glad he brought it back.
Mm-hmm.
But y'all, look how y'all turned on him for Trump. And you have people who wanted the water to be changed.
And all he was doing, like he said, he was just trying to get the people some money. And I believe that's all Maurice was doing.
What?
And I don't care if you're a Republican or a Democrat, because to be honest with you, and neither one of them did nothing for me. The gas was cheaper when we had a Republican in there as president. But I don't feel the effects of a president. I don't see it. Like economy wise, my way of living, I felt like it was better when a Republican president was there. And that's just me.
But you see what I'm saying? All he was doing was trying to get some money for the infrastructure to get who was ever gonna help. But look at the pressure Cube came through because he wanted to sit down with Charles. It was a platinum package. Now you got Biden in there. What did you get?
A man who don't even know what day it is.
No, but what did you get? The blacks, the Democrats. You know, we vote Democrat. Wrong, I voted too. You get this, but sometimes we get some of the hardest shit from Democrats.
Yeah, we sold out.
Yeah,
we sold out for a stimulus check.
Yeah, we never get we never get no tangibles. That's what I'm saying. When we go give our vote away, we never get no tangibles. We never get nothing in return. Same thing. The blacks voted to get Gretchen Whitmer in, but how's Flint water thing going?
Right.
So much corruption in this city from the council people. You see, you got right versus wrong writing trying to sit down to see the governor. Do you see what's going on? No, I ain't saying he not. I see Derek Smart comment here. I ain't saying he not shit, Derek Smart, but I'm just saying, was that bad enough for Maurice Davis to be cut loose? That's all I'm saying.
No,
was
but you
that
understand in politics when you no longer singing their song, they don't want you to sing at all.
And that's my thing. Was he that bad? Because he went down there to talk to Trump.
Doing polo, they let me know my hour is up.
Yeah, so but I'm just asking before we get off. Was he that bad? That you traded out him for Liddell Lewis?
And they knew back then that she didn't stay in Flint. That's why you can go back, check my page, go all the way back. I stomped the ground for Sister Audrey Muhammad. I knew she was going to do right for the people. I knew she was from Flint. Liddell was from here, but she wasn't here. She just ran for the election in Maryland. So how all of a sudden you care about Flint that much? You wasn't even here.
But you know why Sister Muhammad wasn't going to get in?
Because she wasn't going to dance to their music.
And you know it. That's the problem. They're not going to let nobody in who can't play. If you don't play by their strings, they don't want you in there.
Well, hell, that's the same reason why we got shut out of the Oak Business Center. We wasn't singing. We not talking the right type of talk that they want to hear. So they said, oh, well, we figured if we can keep them from without getting them a building, then they won't do it. Oh, use a lie. We're going to still keep, even if we have to shoot outside.
In the snow.
We've been in worse places.
Yeah.
Hell, we can do it. We've been fighting bats and flies for a long time. So hell, we can do it.
No, Clark, it was a learning lesson, brother Clark. It was a learning lesson.
What did he say?
He said, I told y'all not to go up there.
Well, yeah, you did. But you know what? I felt like I didn't think that the politics would reach down that far. I didn't think that they would reach that far. But when you walk into a place and they say, oh, you do the Wyntis Hall show? And you're 810 News Media Group? No, we don't like to get mixed up in the politics. What? What? Really? Have y'all seen y'all clients? Do y'all know who's in y'all building? Well, just give us a banner that say the new Flint. We'll put it up. Would that help us get an office down at the business center? I'm just saying. But anyway, that's all I have for today. And I'm sorry we didn't talk about a lot of the council stuff. I just had some stuff I wanted to get off my chest. And we just gotta come together as one, or we're gonna always be divided, and not just as blacks. We have to come together as people. We have to learn how to treat people. And I think if it came from our heart, if we really, really searched our heart and learn how to treat people, Flint would be a much better place. Because going to church, listening to a preacher, paying your tithes and offering ain't gonna make you be a better person if you going in and coming out and acting a fool the same day. You ain't learned nothing. You're not trying. That's why we can't get the young people in church now. That's why we got so many vacant churches around here now. You probably could take all the churches in Flint and put them in two churches.
Man, you can't keep preaching. You can't keep preaching. These kids ain't trying to hear that. Oh, and I'm not knocking nobody hear me because I'm a religious person.
Oh, well,
Ain't
they
nobody,
know I go to church and I love my pastor.
but ain't nobody trying to hear that. You come here like, I'm gonna give you a simple one. Let your daughter come by and tell you she been pregnant she pregnant and it ain't a man. You gonna tell you the spirit came up on me. You gonna knock the hell out of her. It's just you can't keep you can't keep going with that type of preaching to these kids saying, oh, when you gonna die, you gonna go to heaven. Ain't nobody died and told you it's heaven.
Right.
We don't know what's after this. I'm just saying you can't keep telling the kids now they want to know. How can I put money in my pocket? How can I keep shelter? How can I feed my family? That ain't knocking. That's in the Bible. Tell you how you supposed to feed your family. But see, we get these preachers who go to.
Say,
man, listen. Honestly,
hey, listen. Pastor Hill tell us all the time. The hook is still the same. That's the Bible. That's the good book. That's what I read. But you got to put a different bait on there for these new generation kids. They don't care about no responsive reading and church announcements and building fund. They don't care about none of that. And they don't care about the 5 fishes and the 2 loaves of bread. They want to hear some real truth. Take them Bible terms and put it in some everyday stuff. That's what these children want to hear, how to prepare them for life. That's why you don't want to even here. I can't even hardly get my daughter to go, but when she goes, she pay attention. She listen. You think she ain't paying attention, but she know what you're talking about.
Because you have to really educate them. If they really preached how Jesus really was, that's how I know they're not really reading that Bible, these passages, because he was a revolutionary. If you really study what he was doing, wasn't he going at the Roman government? How you gonna be saying you a pastor and you not challenging the people in power? I'm just saying. How is you saying you a follower of Jesus, but yet you over here siding with devilish things?
Right.
You let things go by.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's so many. Listen, if they uncover probably, and I ain't being funny, if they really open the black book, you will probably have some of your people that you hold dearly to, you will be like, damn.
Well, everybody got skeletons in their closet now. Some a little bit bigger than others, but I'm just saying everybody come with a skeleton.
No, but what I'm saying is you're going along with the water crisis.
Right.
That's devilish.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? You want to get in and become in. Just say you want to be mayor. I go along with the get along. I can put money in my pocket, but yet the city hurting. You're a council person. You go along with the get along, but I can put money in my pocket, but the people hurt. That's devilish.
It is. But these the same people that saying, I'm giving it to you real. I'm bringing it to you real. I'm supporting you. No, you're not supporting me. You're not giving it to me real. You sugarcoating it. You giving it what you want me to hear. You giving it to me like ice cream, just a little bit at a time.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm just saying.
It just bothers me. I don't know, Mickey. I'm sorry to mess up the whole show. I know people came on here for politics and good talk, but I had to let it out tonight. I just had to because I be watching too much stuff and I just don't understand. Like we be so hard on people that's trying to do right, and then the ones that's doing wrong, they just skate by. And I just, for one, I will never understand it. And if I have to do this until I take my last breath, until I see some change, that's what I'm gonna do. And like I said, I'm not mad at nobody. But if
Yeah,
you end up on the other side of corruption, I'm gonna expose you. I'm gonna talk about it.
you
It's
got a
just that
point there.
simple.
You got a point there.
So I appreciate all of you for tuning in tonight. I'm back. I'll be back every Thursday, 6 o'clock. 810 does have some exciting things coming up. Let me end on a positive note. So, what 810 is going to do, and you'll see a flyer coming out soon. If you have a podcast that you would like to reach thousands of people like we do on our platform, we are going to have Podcast Picking Tuesdays, where you send your video into A10 News Media Group. We'll put the email and the format that you need to send your video into, and then Mickey will watch it. And if you are selected, you will be contacted, and you will air on Tuesdays at a certain time, and you get to let all your people know because we're here to help each other. We shouldn't be this is it. This is our group and nobody else. No. If you're speaking the same message that we're speaking, that's trying to get out, and if you're not, like if you want to talk about sports, if you want to talk about something else, whatever, music, send it in. We want to help people. We want to reach more people. So 18 is opening up the platform, and then you never know. Hey, you may end up being a part of 18 with that. Also another 810 is also expanding. We're going nationwide with 810. So right now, we're going to be in Nashville, and we have a young lady coming up who has her what do you call it, BSN, Bachelor's of Nursing or something like that, and she's going to be talking about the hospital disparities, crooked physicians, disparity in treatment, physicians that use more drugs than the people do. Um, Disparities based on wealth, class, color. So I think that's going to be a good podcast, and that should be premiering next week. So watch out for her. And then we also have the new She, who we premiered last week. We ran it back again this week. So look for a new episode of the new She this Tuesday at 5 o'clock. Miss Jasmine is doing a real great job. So those are three new things that we have coming up. And also tomorrow morning at 12 o'clock, my brother and I will be sitting down again. Trevor's rant. And I will be his little trusted sidekick. And we will be ranting tomorrow at noon. So make sure you turn in because Trevor will have the Red Bull and I will have my cup of coffee and we will go in. It will be excessive less language used. So if you have sensitive ears, don't watch Trevor because he's gonna drop a bunch of f bombs, and he encourages me to let a couple slip out because it makes me feel better. So just make sure y'all tune in tomorrow at 12 for Trevor's rant, and then tomorrow at 5:30 it will be a show you don't want to miss because I'm back with my sisters.
Oh my
Sister
God.
Audrey and Sister Gina. Baby, we're bringing you a sister circle like you never seen before because this circle be circling. And so I'm excited to get back on the live with them. I've missed them. And then tomorrow at 8, we have a young lady, Ashley Richmond, Club Rich. Shout out to her. And she's DJing. She has her own karaoke business. Please support her. Young lady is bringing Hollywood to Flint. So she's giving us the latest and the greatest Hollywood gossip. We all like to hear that too. We watch The Shade Room and Hollywood Unlocked. So make sure you tune in tomorrow night, and we have to support everybody. If we're gonna be as a team, we have to support the team. And then Saturday morning, stay tuned. We have a surprise for you. So I will see you all again tomorrow at noon, starting off with Trevor's Rant, and we will remind you again of all the shows that are coming up. And have a good evening. Thank you.